Here's something I've been thinking about recently. It's this idea of how accessible music should be and who it's tailored to, who it's for, who enjoys it, whether that should be the person who's writing it or the person who's listening to it or both. If you look at pop music, that's music that is accessible to everybody to some degree, but I don't think any person that listens to a pop song will, you know, gain something that's hugely emotional for them. Hugely emotional. They won't gain something that makes them feel connected to the artist, I guess is the best way to put that. And if you look back at music, the history of music, I mean, it's communication. It's expressing something. It's telling a story. And that's what it's meant for. And I think it's really good to keep that in mind when you're writing. But here's the most important thing about it. You can't you can't try and tell somebody a story that you think that they'll like and try to modify it and put in all the right nouns and verbs and adjectives so that they like that story. You have to tell them an amazing story about yourself. And I think that is what's so cool about music is that when you connect with somebody, you feel what they feel. It's literally a channel for emotion, I think. So something to think about next time you're writing your song, maybe it starts off and it's a very personal story to you. It's something that you hold dear and use to define yourself. But somebody who listens to that down the road is going to connect with that. They can appreciate that. It's, relatable most of the time. Um, Now, on the other side of that, after you wrote that song and it's finished, now you have to market it. And now you have to tell people that it's something that you made for them. It's something that they want, not something that you want. That's one of the reasons I think musicians have so much trouble with marketing and social media sometimes is they can't seem to get on the other side of the glass, I think is the term. And that just means if you're in a store and you're selling products, you have to look at the store from the perspective of the customer. You have to think like what does the customer want? What does my audience want? What does my fan base want? And they want to feel something and they want to feel connected most of the time. So to me, I think the best songs and best music is music that you listen to and you feel for the person who wrote it and you can relate to it and you can relate it back to something in your life. I mean, that music has helped me through some really difficult times before, and it's because that person who wrote it is brave enough to tell their story and tell people what they're going through and share something really personal with people. So, to if I were to put a thesis statement stamp on this, it would be that music that is accessible to everybody is accessible to nobody, and that if you try to create something that everybody loves, everybody will like it a little bit. But if you make something that you love and you don't care if anybody else feels the same thing, I guarantee you that people listening to it will find something in it that they can relate to and they will connect with you because that's what people want. That's what humans want to do is connect with each other and understand each other. And that's why we have music, if you ask me.